Do you have a morning or an evening routine? As part of my evening routine, one of the things for the day 14 tip that I find really helpful is something I'm going to share. So I'm Dupe. I am the founder of Thrive Alcohol-free, and I'm an alcohol-free wellbeing and transformational coach. And hopefully, if this is the first time you are hearing me or watching, welcome. But we have been doing the Alcohol-free August challenge, and today is day 14. So we are on day 14, even though it says day 15 in the description. So day 14 is today. And for day 14, I will be sharing my tip. I'm a bit later today than I normally am. I've just got back from seeing Despicable Me 4 with our daughter. She really wanted to see it, but it came out when we were away, and so we finally got round to seeing that. We went to a fabulous cinema in Oxford to see it, so I would definitely recommend anyone who's in the area head over to Curzon Cinema. It's a beautiful cinema and it's just really chilled and relaxed, and yeah, great fun. She enjoyed the movie. It was, I can't say I'm a huge fan of Despicable Me's, but she was happy. So that's the main thing. And my husband seems to like them, so that was great as well. Okay, so today's tip on day 14 of the Alcohol-free August challenge. Can you believe we are 2 weeks in? If you have been following and going along and you started on the 1st of August, you are 2 weeks alcohol free. How fantastic is that? I'm so pleased for you, and it's really exciting. And I wonder how you're feeling 2 weeks in. What are the benefits that you're seeing? You should have started seeing some benefits now. Maybe you're feeling a little bit less anxious. Maybe you didn't realise that anxiety was a thing for you, but actually you're feeling like maybe you're a bit less anxious since stopping drinking. You might also find that you've got a little bit more energy, but sleep is a really tricky one, and it can fluctuate depending on the person. You might find you're sleeping quite well. Other people will sort of have tricky parts with their sleep. So you may find that that's something that's improving. You might just get a sense that your confidence, or you're feeling a bit more confident, or you're just feeling a little bit more like you. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear in the comments. So comment below on what you are finding having been 2 weeks alcohol free. And I do hope that you are doing the gratitude list and thinking about, what you're grateful for. You're also journaling. These are some of the things we talked about during the past week. You're playing things forward. So you're thinking about, why you're, when you're going to reach for a drink, you're thinking about what would happen if you did, and playing that forward. And yeah, I hope the tips are helping, and I really want you to keep going and just get to the end of the month, because we're nearly halfway through. So if you're doing this, congratulations, 2 weeks in. If you want any help, any further support, if you have any questions, then let me know. Feel free to DM me or put them in the comments below. And if you would like to maybe discuss where you are, then feel free to book a Thrive Alcohol-free discovery call, and we can have a chat and just see where you are and how I can maybe further support you as well on your journey. Okay, so today's tip is herbal tea. And we've talked a lot about alcohol-free drinks, and if you remember me saying in the first couple of weeks when I stopped drinking, I was drinking waters, teas and coffees, which weren't that exciting, but at the same time, my love for herbal tea has been constant since. And I love herbal teas because they're just quite refreshing, but I also love taking a moment to sit, relax, to sip and to really ponder and think. And for some reason, for me, herbal teas do that. And I've heard a lot of people have really enjoyed herbal teas since stopping drinking as well. So my tip today is herbal teas. And what does that relate? How does that relate to your nighttime routine? Well, one of the things I teach and talk about when I'm coaching my clients and doing my group coaching, one-to-one coaching, it's all about having habits and routines, and that's really helpful actually on your alcohol-free journey. And so we talk about morning routines and evening routines, and obviously it's going to be different for everyone, but I give tips in terms of the types of things you can do. But a staple of my evening routine is a sleep tea, a herbal sleep tea. And so that's like your chamomile and your lavender, and just really yummy tea that I have generally after I've done some yoga and just getting into that sort of nighttime mode and routine, and not watching anything on telly, just having that quiet time before bed. And sleep tea is something that I really recommend. But of course, herbal teas, I've had quite a lot of ginger tea today, so ginger and turmeric tea. But there's so many flavours, there's so many different ones out there, and so I have found that herbal tea has become a bit of a staple, and it's something that I recommend to everyone. And I'm obviously putting it down as the day 14 tip. So I hope that's helpful. And if you have a favourite herbal tea, I'd love to hear what it is, and feel free to share it in the comments. And if you agree that herbal teas are quite a nice drink, and maybe you've only started doing it when you stopped drinking, then I'd also love to hear from you as well. So today, if you haven't already, why not go and have a herbal tea and celebrate your 2 weeks alcohol free? And I wonder whether your mindset has changed a little bit as well over the past 2 weeks when it's come to alcohol. I don't know if you've managed to listen to a podcast episode or do anything like that, but I was doing the final touches to my podcast episode that's coming out tomorrow, so I'm excited for that episode, and it's a really great episode. I have someone who's been an alcohol-free, a health and well-being and a grey area drinking coach for quite a while, and has also recently written a book. So I'm excited to say who that will be tomorrow when I launched tomorrow's episode 48 of the podcast. So feel free to go and listen to that. We talk about, I'll give you some spoiler alerts, we talk about parenting and alcohol, we talk about grey area drinking and what that really is. We also talk about her book, of course, and we have a great conversation about how when you stop drinking and you think that you get to that point where you've stopped for maybe 100 days or whatever it is, but then you think, well, actually, I'll go back to it. And when you go back to it, what you don't realise is that you end up drinking exactly the same amount, if not more, pretty much straight away. And so we talk about the reason behind that and what that is all about. So if you are interested, feel free to get the latest podcast episode, which comes out tomorrow, and I'll be posting about it on Instagram. And our guest is fabulous. So look forward to that. And I think that's it. So for today, that's all I'm going to say. But I hope you are able to celebrate. It's really important. We talked about milestones and tracking progress, and with it being 2 weeks in, that's a huge milestone. So celebrate in some way, reward yourself in some way, just at least acknowledge that you've done 2 weeks alcohol free. It's a great achievement, especially if you've been drinking for a while and this is one of your first times of stopping drinking and taking that break. But I'm rooting for you. I am here for you. And if you have any questions or if I can help in any way, just let me know. All right, I will see you tomorrow. And maybe have a sleep tea tonight and see how you feel and see if it helps you to go to sleep really well. All right, take care. Night, night.